Rufus, we put this video together to help commemorate your 25 years with Tisdel Distributing, and we really hope you enjoy it. Some of us had an easier time, and some of us it was challenging to talk to you and get all of our thoughts out, but I think there are definitely going to be some laughs and some tears. Enjoy.
Congratulations, Rufus. You made it to the goal line. Wishing you a happy retirement and many years to come.
I'm fairly new here, but I've heard wonderful things about you, Rufus, and good luck in your retirement and everything you do from here on out.
Have a good retirement, Rufus. Hopefully we'll see you plenty more.
Congratulations, Rufus. You know, Mondays and Tuesdays aren't going to be the same without you. I'm really going to miss seeing your face, and now you can just say every day feels like the weekend, but you know, I'm really going to miss you, and I want to wish you the very best in this new chapter of your life.
Rufus, congratulations, buddy, on your retirement. We're going to miss you here. You have been the rudder to our sales team. You keep everything together. Great leader, good mentor, Kentucky Colonel. I mean, what can I say, Rufus? You're one of a kind. We love you, and we wish you the best.
Rufus, I met you in 2007 at dealer training and was fascinated with your level of detail and enthusiasm in your industry. It was always a pleasure working with you and someone like-minded throughout all of these years. I was so excited when you kindly approached me this past spring. I want you to know that you are ultimately the reason for me being here at this wonderful family. I really wish you all of the best in your future endeavors and your retirement with Phyllis. Congratulations.
Rufus, happy retirement to you. I hope you and Phyllis have lots of wonderful adventures together. I want to thank you so much for all your help over the past year. You've just been amazing. And I just want you to know how much everyone in the Cincinnati and Kentucky markets are going to miss you. Not only are you beloved, but you're also so well respected, which is just a terrific thing. So I just want you to know how much we'll miss you. Enjoy retirement.
Okay, just tell me. Sorry.
Hey Rufus, I wish you a happy retirement. Oh, I'm confused now, I'm getting hot.
Hi Rufus, this is a bittersweet time. We have to let you leave and not come back all the time. You're gonna be really missed, and I just wanna let you know how much we love you and we just wish you the best.
Hey Rufus, it's been a pleasure working with you in this short time. I wish you a happy retirement, and I hope we get to see you soon. Come back and visit us.
Hi, Rufus. Hey, I just want to say thank you. I suppose that I'm in a bit of a unique position because you called on me where I was your client for 22 years. And that was an enjoyable experience, which most people can't say about someone who's calling on them. And for the last 3 years, I've had the pleasure of working side by side with you. The one thing you've taught me is that in order to call on somebody, you first need to be their friend. And then after you are friends with that person, then you have their confidence, and then you can call on them about product. And you did that with me at Architects Plus, and that's a lesson that I've taken as I go into the field now with Tisdel, making calls on new architects that I've never met before. I try to become their friends first, and then to call on them as a supplier secondly, and that's a trait that I've taken from you, Rufus. So thank you. I consider you a great friend, probably one of the few people tonight that has known you for 25 years, and I consider that a blessing in my side. Thanks very much, Rufus. Congrats on retirement.
Rufus, we're gonna miss you. There's a lot of stuff you've taught me, and I love listening to your spiel when you have a customer in here. So I'm really gonna miss you, and you've taught me a lot. Thank you for everything.
Mr. Rufus Brown, my twin brother from a different mother, I want to congratulate you on your well-deserved retirement. I hope you and your wife Phyllis enjoy the next stage in your life, and God bless you. a little better.
Hey Rufus, I can't believe it's finally time for you to retire. Oh my god, I'm already getting teared up. This is crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I'm already tearing up.
Rufus, I've always appreciated how kind and nice you've been to all your consumers over the years and also to the folks in the office. I've enjoyed watching how you operate, and good luck.
Congratulations, Rufus. I already screwed up. I don't even know what to say. Congratulations, Rufus. I'm going to miss you being around here, leaning on you for all your knowledge of the products. You made my job really easy, being able to turn to you whenever I have questions. You're very respected. I hear about you all the time with all the dealers. You've made my job easier going in, being Rufus's son-in-law, so everybody automatically comes to me and tells stories about you, and you're going to be missed around here, so look forward to seeing you down at the cabin.
Rufus, congratulations. Just a quick thing I want to say about you is that I had the pleasure of learning from you when I first started 2 years ago, and it was very apparent right away that I had huge shoes to fill because I learned so much from you, and I know that everyone has such a deep respect for you and are going to miss you. So I remember that trip vividly. After our Dunkin' Donuts that morning, we rode Kentucky and we rode Cincinnati, and it was wonderful, and we learned a ton, and thank you for everything. That evening was memorable to me, especially because Phyllis and you and I went to Bonefish Grill, and you bowed your head for us all to pray, and you thanked the fact that you did not, that you were cancer-free. And I just remember going, because I had no idea, and it struck me so emotionally at that time because not only was it such a huge moment for you and Phyllis, but that you included me in your dinner, and I could have just been fine to sit in the hotel, but you included me in a very special time for you and your wife, and I want to thank you for that. I don't know if you remember, but I hopped up quite quickly to run to the restroom because I was pretty overtaken with emotion and just very happy for you. So thank you for everything that you've taught me, and enjoy retirement.
Hi Rufus, it's Rick. Of course you know that because you can see me, but anyway, it's been over between 30 and 35 years that we've known each other. When I was in the basement of Smallins, you were one of the very few reps that came down in the evening when I was part-time and helped me out go over the old Jen Air line, and appreciate that. It's also you that kept me in the business when those places would close up. You would point me in the right direction to get another job or the next job, and here I am working with you at Tisdel. Wow, there's been a lot of reps that I've seen come and go, and you got to be one of the top-notch ones that I'd really hate to see go, but I wish you the best and good luck in the future.
Hey Rufus, listen, I just want to tell you that you were one of the first people that I met here when I moved from Los Angeles to Cincinnati, and I believe we first met at Custom Distributors. You were coming out the door while I was going in the door. We struck up a conversation about my old company because you knew that I was the new rep, and instantly liked you because all the other competitors that I had met were not that friendly, and you were the complete opposite. Just simply one of the best guys that I had known. And I just want to thank you for your friendship and all your help over the years, and you're just a wonderful person, and I wish you the very best of luck in your retirement. So thanks very much.
Rufus, we will all miss you more than you will ever know. You are a very special part of this company. You've been here for 25 years, and I know I can confidently say our company would not be what it is without you as a part of it. In addition to managing your territory, growing revenue, being one of the best liaisons we will ever have between the trade and what we do with our dealers on a day-to-day basis. I also want to give you the title as Chief Training Officer. You've trained me and you've trained a good portion of our staff on your endless knowledge of appliances, but also just the way this business works. I wish you all the best in the next chapter, and hopefully you come visit and you stay close.
Happy retirement, Rufus. Thank you so much for bringing me on board with this wonderful team. I continue to hear the big shoes I get to fill, and I appreciate all the time we had training together. I look forward to seeing all the spots with the vegetable soup and chicken sandwiches that I now know. Hope you and Phyllis have a wonderful time enjoying your years together. Thank you.
And by the way, I'm really offended that you've never taken me to lunch at Chick-fil-A.
All right, we'll give it a shot. Rufus Brown, unbelievable, retiring. Congratulations. Don't really know how to start this other than to maybe think back to when I started with Tisdel Distributing almost 22 years ago. And the second day on the job, John thought it would be a good idea if I shadowed you with a showroom appointment in our old Kemper showroom. Don't know if you remember this or not, but John Harrison came in with a couple of his Boy Fridays and met with a lady. Her name escapes me, but she passed around business cards and it had her name on it and it said Esquire. Mercedes-Benz as long as a city block and a rock on her finger, very, very large. So I looked at that and thought, yeah, that's probably our customer here. And so I wound up shadowing you during that call. And the old saying here at Tisdel Distributing, tell us the time, don't build the watch. You know, Rufus, sometimes that's been hung on you, but when I followed you around that 22 years ago, I was totally blown away by your level of knowledge and education about the appliance industry and how our products fit into them. And you certainly satisfied their needs, and a very large order came from that interaction with John. I look back over these 22 years and we've had a lot of great times together. Learned a lot about the appliance industry from you, but I also learned how to be a better man. You know, you are a man of faith. You never have been really aggressive with that. Never actually initiated a conversation about it, but you certainly didn't shy away from it if somebody brought it up in the conversation with you. And I just always really appreciated that. Spent a lot of time together behind the windshield doing all those trips through Kentucky, talking about family and all things that are really important to us. So the bottom line is I've had a wonderful, wonderful experience with you over the years. I'm going to miss you tremendously, but now it's time for you to go ahead and spend time with your family, spend time down at the farm, maybe spend some time chasing around Miss Phyllis, but we're going to miss you here significantly, and I wish you all the best. God bless you, Rufus.
Hey Ruf, we have known each other over 27 years and you have always been supportive of me professionally and personally. I can't thank you enough for your friendship and your faith. You have shared the joy and my happy times, and you have prayed me through the sad and difficult times. But this is not supposed to be about your work wife being sad. And this is about you and the recognition that you so richly deserve, even if people tend to get your name wrong. So whether you're called Roscoe or Rudy, you will always be my beloved friend. And I love you very much. Congratulations on your retirement. And I hope you enjoy every moment of it. I love you.
Hello, Rufus. Hope you are doing great, buddy. This is a pretty exciting time for all of us. And I think now it's time for the airing of grievances. But I actually don't have anybody, but a little Seinfeld reference for you, and there's more to come in this talk. I was thinking about our relationship when we first met. It was 19 years ago, and I came to the old Kemper Road office, And John Tisdel had told me I'd be riding with the senior most salesperson named Rufus Brown. And I walked in the office, got there right at 8 o'clock, and you walked in afterwards and you said, "Are you Rob?" And I said, "Yes." And you said, "I'm Rufus Brown." I go, "That can't be possible." Because I expected Rufus Brown to be 6'5", 280 and African American, but that wasn't the case. Who would have thunk it after all that, that first visit where we traveled together and we went to the first call ever to Sue Conley's house. We walked into her home and she had made homemade scones and marmalade for you while you were going over new products coming out from the factory. I remember thinking to myself, this is gonna be the best job ever. Little did I know that when I trained the reps, I took them to all the nicest places too. I thought about all the memories we've had together. I thought about Reynolds Plantation when you were out on your jet ski and we were going all around the lake there. I thought about Phoenix. I thought about the time we went out and you and I beat Jeff Cook and Terry Bergeron in a two-man scramble out there. I thought about the time we were in Phoenix when you had that Endomondo app on your phone and it showed that we walked 6 miles to get sunscreen together. And I thought about just all the times that we have had sales meetings together, sitting right next to each other. You were on my left for 19 years. I remember the first time that Lori Mira came in and she actually put her stuff down in your spot before you got there. And I looked at her and I said, "Well, that's actually Rufus's spot." And she said, "Well, I'm gonna sit here today." And I said, "Well, with all due respect, we sit in the same seats all the time and that's Rufus's chair." And she goes, "Seriously?" I said, "He is my Binky and Blanky and I'm gonna have to ask you to move down one seat." And she's like, "Oh, you boys." And you came in with your Dunkin' Donuts coffee and put your stuff down and you didn't probably ever know that story. I think about the time that John Tisdel was getting passionate about something in our meeting and he went and said, "You need to step on the dealer's throat until they say yes." And I remember looking at you and saying, "Is that wrong? Because I think that's frowned upon." And I remember you laughing so hard that you started to cry. And Tisdel looked at us and said, "What is wrong with you two?" And we had to take a break in the meeting. I love all the trips that Gretchen and I have taken to Florence, Kentucky, lo these many years. I think about all the times that we've had dinner at the Towsey house together, where you and I have gone into Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, and you're like Norm at Cheers. I think about when you took me to shoot my first gun, and we've gone year after year, and you always tell me that I could pass my concealed carry license on the first try. I think about all the times we watched football in your basement and looked at all the pictures of you when you had hair. Those were exciting. I think about the two biggest memories I have, Roof, of you is when we came to Daytona Beach last year to spend time with you and Phyllis, and you taught all of my kids how to body surf, and you were out there for over an hour in the ocean again and again, showing them the technique and just having a ball. If I remember correctly, the sea was angry that day, my friend, like an old man trying to send soup back in a deli. You were out there and you were exhausted when you were done, but you had such a great time. I remember walking down and spending $120 at that food truck, and then shortly thereafter $60 on ice cream from the ice cream truck, and you looking at me and saying, "How in the world do you support 6 kids every day spending this kind of money?" So that was sort of exciting. But I think the biggest memory we have is when you and Phyllis came up and read at our wedding. Not only was it the best day of my life, but you made that day even better and more special by participating in that day, and we'll never forget it. The gift that you gave us of the saying is up in our home, and we look at it every day in our bedroom, and it just means the world to us. Where in the world could a 70-year-old God-fearing Christian man from Kentucky and a 48-year-old Jewish kid that was born and raised in the streets of Philadelphia be best friends? But we've become that. I appreciate everything that you've done for my family. I appreciate everything you've done for me personally and professionally. I can't thank you enough for your friendship and just unwavering support over all these years. The most important thing that I need to tell you, buddy, is during this video shoot, the only thing between me and the videographer is a thin layer of gabardine. So I hope you have a great retirement. Look forward to spending some time with you this weekend, and I love you very much.
Style.
So I met Rufus more than 25 years ago, closer to 32 years ago, when I took over the Sub-Zero distributorship from the company that he worked for, O'Connor and Klein. Over those many years, we've had an unbelievable relationship. I hired Rufus about 25 years ago. He was working in the builder sales department for Swallen's Appliance, and our relationship has been magnificent. Like many great salespeople, there are a number of qualities that each of them possess. If somebody asks me to boil down his greatest asset, I would say it's his personal integrity. It's unmatched. If Rufus tells you something, whether it's as his employer or as a dealer customer, you can take it to the bank. The man just doesn't know how to be anything other than completely honest and upfront and forthright. Over the years, I think if Rufus was asked, he'd say that I've always challenged him to be a little bit more professionally aggressive. And I can tell you, over those last 10 years, by virtue of some comments that dealers have made, he absolutely achieved that professional aggressiveness that I was asking him to buy into. And that is really extracting as much out of the marketplace, understanding and truly believing that we represent the absolute best brands in the industry. So I wish Rufus and Phyllis all the best, and God bless you.